I apologize for being gone for so long. I've just been recovering from recent events that have happened in my life. First, my dad caught me listening to Baby No Money. And then I went to a convention dressed as Kid, and I saw this Luton Adam cosplayer, and I went up to them and said, "Hey, I like your Luton Adam cosplays." And they gave me, like, the weirdest stare ever. And I was thinking, damn, okay, assholes. But then I was like, maybe they were just in character, I don't know. Only later, I approached another one of my friends who said, "Did you see that insert the name of my ex-girlfriend is here in a Luke cosplay?" And I was like, what? So yeah, not only did I compliment my ex-girlfriend's cosplay, I also complimented her new boyfriend's cosplay. I lost a ton of aura this week, and I've just been staying in bed trying to recover from this deep depression. I'll make this intro as quick as I can. Please don't spoil anything in the comments because I haven't seen anything past episode 4. I ended up having to rewatch this episode because I accidentally deleted all the clips I took from it, and I had to get them back to put them in this video. And it's funny because when I rewatched it, it's somehow worse than I remembered it being. This episode was really rough for Charlie fans. I really liked Charlie, or at least I did. Yeah, she was an airhead sometimes and it did get annoying, but overall she just seemed like a really sweet and kind person. But she made a lot of fuck-ups in this episode, and it's really hard to forget them.
Charlie, what the unholy fuck? When you said you were messaging BossSec, I thought you just talked to some reporter on the street, not the fucking media overlord!
Okay, well first, technically, he is a reporter. I think. And secondly, the other thing—
Charlie, why are they here? You're aware those two crazy fucks hang out with my shit-fuck boss, Valentino, and a part of the V's? And you still let them in here? The Fox is probably broadcasting to Val. Oh, fuck. Charlie, listen to me. I don't know what they promised you, but I'm telling you right now, they are bad fucking news. Horrible fucking news!
Okay, I talked to Vox, and he assured me that he's just here to film the hotel and put out a special tonight about what he sees here.
You guys know I don't like Angel, and I still don't. But I actually felt bad for him during this episode. Why are you listening to the V's over your fucking friend? Well, let's give her the benefit of the doubt and assume she did not know that Vox was associated with Val. She knows now, and she still wants to do this? I thought Angel was your friend and you cared about him, so why are you working with somebody who didn't give a shit about Angel's trauma and even condoned it and didn't do anything to help? Like, are you fucking serious? Well, he never did it to me. Well, damn, bitch, some friend you are.
On the small, tiny, teensy condition that we, redeem someone. Yeah, now that's where you come in, Angel.
What?
You've really done it now, princess.
Charlie, we don't even know how Enchus got redeemed. How do you expect us to replicate that on TV? And I ain't being your little guinea pig.
Angel, come on, you're the one here closest to getting redeemed. Oh.
Charlie, I don't know.
Now, I normally stay the hell out of all this redemption business, but she got a point there, Legs. Besides, if Flathead and Baby Barbie try anything, I'm sure Alice is floating around here somewhere ready to throw down.
Angel, I realize I'm asking a lot, but you've just made such great progress lately. I bet you're one good deed away from redemption already. Please.
And again, we get back to the guilt tripping. Angel says no, and Charlie's like, oh, come on, and even Husk gets in on it. And reassures Angel that he knows Charlie won't give up until he says yes.
You know she ain't gonna let up.
Nice job, assholes. Seriously. Husk also pissed me off in this episode too. Okay, I get it. Charlie and Husk's hearts may have been in the right place, but the guy said no. No means no. Damn, does everybody in this fucking universe need to hear that or what?
What do you say, kid?
Minor nitpick. I think it's kind of weird that Husk called Angel Kid. This is your ship, guys. These are the two guys that you guys want to make out and have say Gex or whatever. Guy who calls this dude Kid. It's a little weird. Little weird. You guys can come for me for saying that. I don't care. I think it's a little weird. But moving on. Lord, we just keep getting worse and worse, don't we?
For our final attempt, a poor helpless damsel has been tied to the train tracks by me, the diabolical Danny Dubad.
I shouldn't have said nothing. Help, I'm stuck! Oh, whatever.
And look, the 5 o'clock train with a deadly weapon tied to the front. Right on time for once. If only there was a big, strong man willing to sacrifice himself to save the poor damsel, just like the great Sir Betches did. And I definitely don't have a way to stop this train in case things go bad.
I'm a big, strong man with so many redeemable qualities. All right, no, come on, Charlie, this ain't gonna work. I ain't nothing like that.
Charlie? Who is this Charlie character?
Skit of Angel and Husk is so cringy to me. I'm sorry, I know it's probably supposed to be cringe, but I could barely get through it. This was one thing I predicted right, although it was minor. I said the scene of this that they showed in the trailer preview looked a lot like one of Charlie's exercises, and I was right, that's what it ended up being. I think the main thing that bothers me about this scene is that Husk is like this helpless damsel in distress, and Angel is the big, strong, bad man who's gotta save him. Like, I just really hate when they do this with with any dynamic, but I especially see it so much with MLM relationships. Like, one of them has to be the dommy man, and the other is just so helpless and meek and feminine and submissive and needs to be saved. It pisses me off. It was so cliche. And yes, I know it's a skit, it's not supposed to be taken seriously, but that's just always bothered me. And we've seen before that Husk is perfectly capable of defending himself, so I'm not saying that, oh, he always acts like this, but he acted like this in the skit, and it really bothered me. And Charlie really didn't help this situation either. The way she's talking about Husk, she's like infantilizing him, and I really hate to do this because I used to really like Charlie, and a part of me still does. I'm kind of just crossed at her right now. I'm not really sure how to feel, but she's acting like so weird in this. She's acting like a child. And again, what pisses me off is like Angel actually tries to have a mature conversation and she's still in roleplay mode.
Alright, no, come on, Charlie, this ain't gonna work. I ain't nothing like that.
Charlie? Who is this Charlie character?
I've heard some people saying that she gets called out and gets a wake-up call later, but she should have had her wake-up call already when something similar happened in episode 4 of season 1. That isn't to say that Charlie is a horrible, irredeemable person, but she's incredibly pushy with boundaries, doesn't understand the word no, and doesn't know when it's time to act like an adult and actually take things seriously. That isn't to say she doesn't care, but sometimes she has a horrible way of showing it, and it's incredibly aggravating. Husk also doesn't help his case either, with the argument that he has with Angel. Dude is literally like, Angel, how dare you save my life by jumping in front of a train? And Angel, rightfully so, is like, yeah, you mean the thing that you pressured me into doing? Damn, Angel, I never thought I'd side with you. I guess we're kind of homies now. And I know the approach that they were going for. It was supposed to be like, oh, Husk lashed out because Angel risked his life for him and he was worried about Angel. All this really does is make Husk and Charlie look like dicks.
You can shit on me, you can mock me, but I won't allow you to push my friends around like that, okay?
Yeah, Vox, I won't allow you to push around my friends. Only I'm allowed to do that.
Whoa there, Touch. Not here and not today. Remember that lesson on boundaries?
Oh, come on, we won't judge you, Angel. You can tell me, then we can redeem you.
It ain't that easy, Charlie. Now drop it.
It really isn't, is it?
Don't you dare, asshole.
Tell me, Princess, what exercise could one do to be forgiven for being
Stop.
murderer?
You shut the fuck up. Don't you dare call me that.
Killed your dad, right? At least that's what Val told me. What did he do? Hit you?
I think it's time you two leave.
No, that's rich. I'd like to remind you that you invited us here.
Angel, I'm so sorry. Can we please
You know,
talk?
sorry starts to lose meaning after a while, Charlie. But I suppose I should be grateful. You're willing to still apologize to someone as shitty as me, right?
Angel, no, you're my friend, no matter what happens.
At least now you know what you're working with. Why don't you go ask Fox the next time you need to pry out more shit about my life?
Angel, I didn't realize. I didn't. Just give him some space. It's been a long day for everyone.
I understand what she's trying to do, but no means no. I think my best friend, shout out to her by the way, said it best when she said, most valid crash out of the century. Cause like, I don't like Angel. Everybody knows I don't like him, but he has a right to be mad. Like, I would be mad too. I don't understand the mindset of this girl. Yes, she would have had no way of knowing Vox was involved with Val. That part is not her fault. After Angel tells her she should have immediately kicked him out. This was always going to end bad no matter what. What was she hoping to accomplish with this? I just feel like it's incredibly disrespectful and invalidating to Angel and his trauma. I might be like, oh, well, Charlie's job is to pitch the hotel. She just wants it to work out. What did she think was gonna happen? She knows people that work with Val are scummy. Why would she expect them to be genuinely interested in her or anything she was doing? I don't understand what was going through her brain, and it's genuinely frustrating for me to try and figure it out. Thankfully, episode 4 is slightly better. Wait a minute. Oh. How would you guys feel if I told you it only gets worse from here?
But how about one last question for the road, Princess? Do you think I could be redeemed?
I believe anyone can be redeemed.
Hear that, guys? Everyone deserves a second chance. You hear that, Charles the Chomo? Fuck all those kids that you've done irreversible damage to who are now gonna have trauma for the rest of their lives. You deserve a second chance. Oh, Val? Screw what you did to the guy I call my friend and say I care about. You also deserve a second chance. You get a second chance, and you get a second chance. Everybody gets second chances. Hold on, I gotta get a Ouija board out. Hear that, Dahmer? I know you've been dead for a long time, but you deserve a second chance too. Screw all the people you ate and the families' lives you ruined forever. Welcome to the Has-Been Hotel, Jeffrey Dahmer. What's wrong, Jeffrey? Say something. He's probably just shy. And before anybody comments, I think you're taking this a bit too far. She's obviously not talking about the people that are rotten to the core. She's obviously only talking about the people that want to change. Charlie said anybody can be redeemed, and I'm going to take her word for it. And remember, this was Vox asking her the question. He asked, do you think I could be redeemed? And Charlie said, I believe anyone can be redeemed. Which is basically saying, yes, Vox, I believe you can be redeemed too. And what do we know about Vox? He likes watching people suffer. He's okay with ruining others' reputations as long as it gets him publicity. He watched Angel get and literally did nothing to stop it, and continues to hang out with. I could go on and on. She's saying that she believes Vox can be redeemed. And before you make the argument, well, Charlie could just be referring to the people who want to change, not people like Val who are okay with being evil. But Vox is clearly okay with being evil too, and Charlie still said to him she thinks anybody can be redeemed. So this proves that Charlie thinks literally anybody can be redeemed, which I think is really fucking stupid, not gonna lie. No, not everybody deserves a second chance. Some things in the world are non-justifiable and unforgivable. If you someone, why should I give you any sympathy? Telling that they can be redeemed is incredibly fucking disrespectful to their victims. Yeah, I know they ruined your life and gave you irreversible trauma, but they said they were really sorry. Do I believe a person can grow and learn from their mistakes? Yes. But do I believe if you do something as serious as someone, you could become a good person and get a second chance? No, this isn't to justify the following crimes, but speaking from a realistic standpoint, something like robbery, although it is morally wrong, can be due to a desperate situation, such as if you're on the brink of starvation. Don't get me wrong, stealing is still a shitty thing to do. Desperate situations calls for desperate measures. I think sometimes even can be justified. What if that person was going to you and you had to do it in self-defense, or else you would be the one dead? Have no moral justification. And I think it's one of the most vile things a person can do to another. There's no morality as to why somebody would have a good reason for doing any of these things. So no, I don't believe those people deserve a second chance. And I use the term people loosely, by the way. Do not put somebody like Sir Pentious to somebody like Valentino, a literal fist. Now, I was just using Val and Sir Pentious as an example. Looking at both of these characters' histories and actions and saying they both deserve the same chance at redemption is idiotic and disrespectful. I'm sorry, but Charlie was a fucking dumbass in this episode. An idiot, even. She makes reckless decisions without considering the consequences, doesn't listen to Vaggie. This is the second time she's done something like this, and it all blew up in her face. And then she thinks a sorry will make everything go away. And it's exactly like Angel said, the word sorry begins to lose its meaning after a while. This is the second time she's made this mistake. I think she'd learned her lesson by now. Charlie just doesn't know when to quit. Vaggie always has to be the one to step in to make sure she doesn't get too heated. She kept poking and prodding at Angel, violating his boundaries, not respecting a no, and then getting all sad when Angel doesn't want to talk to her. I know she never had any negative intentions and she truly cares about the residents of the hotel, but just because she didn't mean to hurt anybody, she still hurt them. When someone says no, you stop being so pushy and you respect their decision. And to make things worse, in the next episode, she does not get any better. Her character took such a huge fucking fall in this episode, and I really don't know if anything she does is gonna make me like her the same way I used to, which is really upsetting, honestly. Characters are capable of growing and changing. I'm not saying that Charlie is a horrible, irredeemable person, but it's really fucking insulting to see her act this way, and then immediately try to mend things instead of giving the people she hurt space. Charlie should know by now that you can't just fix everything with words. This episode just hit close to home. It was one of the more personal ones for me. It just sucks because I used to really like Charlie. Now I don't know how to feel about her. She comes off as such a kind person, yet she's willing to forgive fists. But yeah, this episode was kind of a letdown, as dramatic as that sounds, because it pretty much assassinated Charlie's character for me, which is, like I said, a character who I used to really like a lot. So yeah, this episode was definitely a downer, and I swear to God, it better be leading up to something good. The thing with Vizzy is it's kind of funny because I can never tell if she's purposely trying to make certain characters unlikable, like what stole us an apology tour. There's no way in that episode he wasn't purposefully written to be an asshole, right? I feel the same way with Charlie in this episode. So yeah, like I said, it better be leading up to something good. But thankfully episode 4 is really good. I'm not sure when my review for it is going to come out because like I said, I'm busy with college and shit. Hell, I haven't even watched anything past episode 4, so I gotta get on that. Okay, bye and stuff.